It's time to catch Shadow Giratina in Pokemon Go, and thankfully I have my balloon right here and Giovanni is in it. And to make the battle easier, I'm going to make my Lucario a Mega Lucario, because Mega Lucario is just disgusting for Giovanni. It really does help a lot, but this one does have Shadow Ball, which is very important. But this is the team that we're going to be using. We've got Machamp, we've got the Mega Lucario, and then we have Florges. So let's fight him and see what happens. We're going to have this Machamp in the beginning. We always have a Persian in the beginning when it comes down to him, but what we're going to do immediately is that we're going to flip him out to this one right here, because when we do that, we get a little bit of a delay, and then we can do more damage without receiving much damage, because unfortunately this Persian does have Scratch, and Scratch Persian is really bad. Even if it's not very effective, it's effective enough. It does a lot, and I mean a lot of damage, but there we go. The Persian is down. And next up, we have ourselves a Kangaskhan. That's actually really cool. The only downside is this Kangaskhan could have had the Mud Slap ability, I believe. Or not ability, I mean attack, but you know what I'm trying to say. Like, that is not a good thing for us. Luckily, this one does have the fighting type move, which is super effective, but it's not very, like, powerful. I think it's Low Sweep or something like that. But let's take him out. Boom. And last but not least, we should have the Giratina. Yes, we do. And what's even better is that we have Shadow Ball ready to go, so let's just throw the Shadow Ball, and we are going to be set, probably. It is a tanky Pokemon, so it might withstand it. Yeah, I mean, it's still around, but what we're going to do now is we're just going to flip out this Florges here, and we can gain just a little bit of energy with Fairy Wind, and we'll just throw the Disarming Voice. I mean, as you can see, we took this thing out in, like, no time at all. So there we go, Disarming Voice, boom. We win. Simple, easy like that. And now that we've beaten Giovanni, let's claim all of these items, which is great. We get max revives and such. That also helped us for the special research that I've been holding on to for a while. But now it's time to get our Shadow Giratina in Pokemon Go, and I'm excited to see it. And I also don't know what the hundo is. I've purposely not looked for it because I want to be surprised. So here we go. Shadow Giratina looks really cool, and we got a 717. That's either really good or really bad. But also something to note is that whenever you beat Giovanni, you get this guaranteed. As long as you hit the Pokemon, you do catch it. So I've thrown down a Silver Pineapple, we hit it with a great curveball throw, we're gonna catch it. This could have been the worst throw possible. We are going to catch it. Unless you're going too fast in a vehicle or something like that, then it'll break out. But these are guaranteed catches from Giovanni at all times. Let's just see what we got here. A 717 is decent, actually. This is actually pretty good. You see, Giratina is a PvP Pokemon, and this one right here is a 6-11-11. All things considered, not terrible. 6 is the lowest attack possible from Giovanni. 6 is the lowest for all of the stats, obviously, but this isn't bad. Let's just see what would happen if I were to power it up all the way for a Great League level Pokemon. It would be a 1499. Some people have told me this is good, and some people have told me that it's kind of glassy in PvP. I'm still gonna just do it for fun. Why not? Maybe this thing will actually be pretty decent in there. And also something else we're gonna do is we're going to get our items, and we're gonna use a Charge TM to get rid of Frustration, and so it's gonna get Dragon Claw. Perfect. You know what? I wanna see if I can get Shadow Claw on this thing, so we're gonna get Fast TM on it, and there we go. Perfect. Again, as I've mentioned, this is a PvP Pokemon. This is not a good raid Pokemon by any means. Now, whenever we get the origin form of this Giratina, then it will be very good, but this is the altered form, and again, it's more of a PvP focused Pokemon, but I mean, it's still really cool that we do have one of these finally, and I feel like the origin form's gonna be next. But also, let's give it a new attack just because we can. So this thing now has, I think, the best moveset. Shadow Claw, Dragon Claw, and Ancient Power. I know some people sometimes use Shadow Sneak, and you can have Phantom Force on this thing if you really want to. But I think in Great League, this will probably be the best moveset, because this thing is a tanky Pokemon, though because of the shadowy-ness of it, it does gain a 20% attack boost, but it also takes a 20% defense debuff as well. So it's not as tanky as it normally is, so it might actually be a little weaker for Great League, but it's still fun to have one just in case. And now that we've done all that, I can claim this Crown Clash taken over 4 or 5. So let's get the Ultra Balls, we get the Max Revives. At least I think we'll get the Max Revives. There we go. And now we can claim these final rewards, which is going to be 20,000 Stardust. We got ourselves 3,000 XP, and my collection's full apparently, so this will be interesting. Transfer to Tandem Mouse, and I get myself a Pawniard. Interesting. Let's see what happens with it. This one's actually not bad. It's a 609, and I know you want to be in the 600s when it comes down to the CP of this research. So now that we've caught it, it is, wow, man, a 15, 14, 14. I don't know what it is, but whenever I do the Giovanni quests and stuff like that, I usually get good IVs. The last time I did this, I got a Hundo Absol. And I can also also claim these final rewards, which is a whole bunch of dust, which is always great. And then the final rewards will be 5,000 dust, 3 fast TMs, and I think 6,000 XP. Yep, there we go, perfect. But now that we've cleared all that out, I'm gonna take you guys back in time to the Origin Raid Day, where we had a pretty decent amount of success. And now it's time to do some Origin raids, and I'm not alone. I've got myself Alex. How's it going, Alex? Good to see you.
It's good to see you finally.
I know, it's only been like 10 years. Also, Tommy.
Hello,
good to see you. And everyone's favorite, Catherine.
Hello.
Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
And now we're gonna be fighting a whole bunch of space and time dragons, and I mean, what we're looking for is a 2367 for the Palkia, and I believe it's 2337 for the Dialga, so we'll see what happens, unless they're weather boosted, and if they are, I kind of forgot those numbers, so we'll kind of learn this together. All right, they're not weather boosted, so this is a 2299. This is not good. This is very far from the hundo, but maybe a first one shiny, even though apparently they screwed that up everywhere else, but no, not for me. Any shinies?
Nope.
There's a lot of no's. Number 2 is another Palkia. It's not the best, but it's in the 23s, thankfully, and it's not shiny. All right. Dialga this time. It wasn't good to my knowledge, but it isn't green either. Yeah, 2296. Again, we want 2337. Catherine just got a 2357 shiny Palkia, and I'm sure mine's not as good, and it's not as shiny either, but oh no, that's actually not bad. 2346 is decent. Hers is just 10 off, so hers is clearly better. Palkia, yet again, it's not great, and it's still not shiny. Great. Yet another Palkia, and it's also pretty darn terrible, but it's also pretty darn not shiny either. And this is the last raid of the first half an hour. It's a Dialga that is not green, and unfortunately it's pretty bad too. But, I mean, we've got plenty of time today. Half an hour number 2 starts with a Palkia that isn't great, and it isn't shiny either. Man, I do hope they fixed the shiny rates, because they did announce that they, like, found out there was an issue. Quick Dialga that is not shiny. Wonderful. Mine is not great, but it's not green either. Hopefully we will see a shiny eventually. At least somebody besides Catherine, because she's already got one. Shiny! Yeah! It's terrible, but it's green. That's all that matters. And maybe, just maybe, it'll have a move. Oh man, I really botched that throw. Good thing it's like a guaranteed catch. It'd be cool if it has the move, because apparently these things are being a little bit of a pain for people when it comes down to the moves in general. So let's see it. Hey, it has roar time! Very cool. I mean, again, pretty terrible, but I could golden bottle cap it if I really wanted to. Oh, shiny Palkia! And there we go. We managed to get a shiny Palkia, so we have one of each of them. It'd be cool if this one has the move too, but luckily I don't really have to worry about this one too much. Then we'll see how many we've done for the day, but I think we've done a decent amount, but nope, it has Fire Blast. But let's just do a quick scan through here. I mean, it's been a decent amount of them, but really not that many. 17 in person to get 2 of them, so admittedly pretty decent. And then there are 2 remoted ones I did down there, but we won't count those for now. Just gonna cut in here. We did a ton more raids after that and didn't have much success. As you can see, it says here that we did 82 of them, but I didn't quite catch every one of them, so we were, I would say, close to like maybe 87. I wouldn't say quite 90. But we did a decent amount, which is neat, and there are at least 4 shinies in here. We did get 3 Palkias and 1 Dialga, and I'm happy to say, obviously, the Dialga did get the Roar of Time, which is great, but sadly, this Palkia didn't get it, but this one did. So we did get one of each of them at least, and then the last one sadly didn't. But yeah, if you think about it though, that's only 4 and about 80 something, which means a 1 in 20-ish odd, which is the normal shiny rate, not increased like they said it would be. And apparently they didn't increase it even though they had learned about the issue from the other side of the world. A lot of people were reporting that they were getting 1 in 20 odds, and some people were getting even lower than that. And I know that RNG is RNG, sometimes that just happens, but yeah, it's really unfortunate. I know that they're gonna plan to do some sort of thing to make it up to us. I'm hopeful that it's going to be the research encounters, because I feel like that's a fair one as opposed to doing another makeup raid day or something like that. I would not be a fan of that. Because doing a makeup day after we did a whole bunch of raids just feels like you're trying to get more money out of us. I think we need to get these free research encounters, at least that's what I think. But anyways, let me know in the comments down below how you did with the Origin raid day, and also let me know how your Shadow Giratina turned out. And don't forget to smash that subscribe button for me. Show me some love. If you're really enjoying the content and you want to see even more of it, I highly suggest this video right over here. But with that being said, I'll see you in the next one.